Hello guys, Seth Cole, Everything Actually Sports channel, with a little bit of an informational video for you guys. Now, as the season is coming to a close for the Hershey's Cup Series as well as the Pizza Hut X Series, I've been getting a lot of people asking me, how do I sign up for the upcoming season of the Hershey's Cup Series? So, the answer to that really is quite simple. You have to have a charter, because we had a charter system in place starting back, I think it was in Season 3 of the Hershey's Cup Series. So now your question is, well, how do I get a charter? Well, what happens is at the completion of Season 4, whatever drivers are running 31st through 35th in the point standings that have charters will lose them to whoever finishes 1st through 5th in the standings in the Hershey's Cup Series non-charter series that is running this season. Now, in order to get the charter, those drivers would obviously then move up into the system. They would get the charters vacant, left by the drivers that get finished 31st through 35th in the point standings. So what happens to those 5 drivers that lose their charters, and what happens to drivers that might want to have a charter, make their debut in the Hershey's Cup Series? Well, there are a couple of methods that you can use. First off, if you're in the Hershey's Cup Series non-charter series, it's very simple. Be in the top 5 in the point standings. Now, there are a couple of drivers that have given me scenarios that if they do end up finishing in the top 5 in the standings, what they want to do with their charter. There are still some drivers that when we get to the season's end will have to let me know what they plan to do. Drivers that would end up getting charters for next season based on finishing top 5 in the Hershey's Cup Series have a couple of choices. They can take and have that charter, move themselves up into the Hershey's Cup Series and make it into all the races next season, or they can sell their charter, technically, and I use sell in a quotation marks, to another team, whichever team they decide, whatever driver they decide. Now, another way that a charter can be obtained is if it falls vacant. Let's say that one of the drivers that gets into the top 5 in the point standings for the Hershey's Cup Series non-charter system no longer is really active in the NI 2003 community, or no longer is watching the videos and keeping up to date. I will be putting out a video after the completion of race 25 for the Hershey's Cup Series non-charter series for the drivers that finish top 5 in the non-charter points to let me know what they want to do with their charters. If within about a week I do not get any reply from a certain driver, that charter would fall vacant and therefore would be left up to me to obtain what it is that is to be done with it. More than likely, if it is a driver that drives for a certain team, I would then have that charter go to the owner of said team, and they would decide what to do with the charter. The second way that you can obtain a charter is to be able to lease one. And the only drivers that you're really able to lease a charter from would be former champions of the series. Now, obviously, I'm not going to spoil who wins the championship here in the 4th season of Hershey's Cup Series, but there are 3 drivers that have won championships in previous Hershey's Cup Series seasons. Anthony McCurry in Season 1, Chris Dodd in Season 2, and Kyle Matthews in Season 3. If you are able to lease a charter from them, you would then be able to head into Season 5 of Hershey's Cup Series with a chartered ride, and those champions get into every single 36 races for the season in Season 5 based on them being a prior champion. It would be a 36 race championship provisional they'd be able to run. However, keep in mind, the charter still belongs to them. You are merely leasing the charter from them for Hershey's Cup Series Season 5. Once the season is completed, then the driver that you lease the charter from would be allowed to take the charter back if they so choose and lease it out to somebody else, because now that they are a former Hershey's Cup Series champion, they are locked into every single Hershey's Cup Series season as the series continues to run. As far as Pizza Hut X Series and Tax Slayer Truck Series go, though, those obviously are not chartered series. Sign-up videos will be coming up for those. You'll be able to sign up. But this is basically just letting you know how the charter system works and how you have an opportunity to be able to try and obtain a charter for next season. Again, this basically only pertains, though, to drivers that finish 31st through 35th in the point standings for the charter system at the end of the Season 4 Hershey's Cup Series, as well as any drivers that head into Season 5 of the Hershey's Cup Series without a charter. So that's basically it. Hopefully this clears it up for you guys. Again, also, if you want to contact Kyle Matthews, Chris Dodd, or Anthony McCurry, find out if they would be willing to lease you their charter for next season in Season 5, you as well as they would have to let me know, and more than likely I'm not going to be the go-between. You would have to message them personally yourself and work out a deal between you. So that's basically how that all would go down. Thanks all for tuning in to this informational video, and I will see you guys next time.